Baseball is a sport I have never really enjoyed. I have tried to watch it several times on TV when it was on. I just couldn't get it. It always seemed to bore me. But in the States and Japan, it's massive, huge in fact, which explains why you get quite a few video games based on the sport. Now I have tried some of those, and to be fair, the likes of Baseball Stars on the Neo Geo is a lot of fun. But my favourite baseball game has to be this game from Irem, Ninja Baseball Batman. A baseball game where you don't play baseball, but instead you beat up loads of baseball related objects on your quest to retrieve some stolen baseball artifacts. The journey sees the player take control of one of 4 characters as you make your way through 7 stages of the most weirdly cute and colourful looking sprites seen in a video game. Growing up in Glasgow, I'm used to seeing lots of people fighting in the streets with baseball bats. I have just never seen it this pretty looking, that's all. The game allows players to perform combos, throws and dash attacks against several enemies. When a player's health bar flashes red, more moves can be performed, as long as the player does not restore or completely lose health. There are items throughout the game that include American and Japanese food for restoring health, alternate weapons such as baseballs and shurikens, or items that call cheerleaders to either obliterate enemies on screen or drop a large amount of food. There are also mini-games after certain stages in the game. The concept of Ninja Baseball Batman was created by Drew Maniscalco. During the development of his concept, he liked the word ninja because of it sounding mysterious to him. He gave the protagonist baseball bats and baseballs as their main weapons, as well as dressing them in baseball uniforms, because Drew is a baseball fan. Drew thought the baseball bat idea was also probably influenced by the 1973 film Walking Tall. The very first thing that grabs the player's attention is the wacky nature of the game. Apart from looking absolutely stunningly beautiful, everything just looks bizarre. The enemies resemble baseballs with arms and legs, catcher's mitts with talons, bats with arms and feet, and other assorted baseball paraphernalia, and all of them just looking absolutely superb. I will go on about this a lot in this video, but these are some of the best visuals I have ever seen in a game, and 30 years later, they still look so damned impressive. Everything about the appearance of the game just oozes this not too serious attitude about itself, and I think that's great. Most other beat 'em ups were set in dark, gritty streets or industrial slums. This game looks like a Saturday morning cartoon, and it's just full of neat comical touches everywhere. As well as the bright and colourful graphics, the sound is also outstanding. Great tunes accompany the level and fit the theme of the level, but the boss music is hilarious. Just before each boss encounter, their arrival is announced by a bunch of bugle blowing baseballs. I just love that. And the bosses themselves are just so outlandishly bizarre as well, which keeps with the theme of the game. Getting back to the sound. To add to the immense soundtrack, you get these great sound effects. The sound of the deep swing as it hits sounds like the crack of a home run being hit at Fenway Park. And you get lots of comical sounding grunts and groans from the characters as they get struck or hit. This game is like a work of art. It's obvious Irem wanted to create this fun, upbeat game to play. And when you play the game, well, what can I say? Ninja Baseball Batman is simply outstanding. It is extremely addictive and bags of fun to play, with a decent challenge as well. It's not too difficult, but it's no walkover either. But as well as the challenge and addictive gameplay, Irem decided to include hidden special moves, and these moves did not appear on the marquee that came with the cabinet. This kind of tactic practically ensures repeated plays. It certainly worked for Capcom with Street Fighter, that's for sure. A mate of mine spotted this in Booth's Enterprise in Glasgow. We were on a college day from school and had decided to spend the day in Glasgow playing arcades and seeing if we could convince anyone to buy us a carry-out from an off-licence. We had no luck with the drink, but the arcades during the working day were pretty quiet, and so we had to pick of the machines, to be honest. After the usual goes in Street Fighter 2, we had a look around and this caught his eye. I have to admit, I thought it looked like a good laugh, and so we decided to give it a go on 2-player. And we couldn't get enough of it, to be fair. Our carry-out money was spent on this game instead, and he may have regretted it, but I certainly didn't. At the time, we both thought a home conversion onto the SNES or Mega Drive might have been a push, but also it may have been doable. But it never appeared on anything for the home until MAME came about. It was not that successful for Irem, and they only managed to sell about 1,000 cabinets globally, which explains why it never got a port. I guess it was just too quirky for some gamers, but knowing now that it was an incredibly rare cabinet to play, I feel lucky to have played it as a kid, and it was definitely one of those games I always had fun memories of playing. These days, playing it on MAME, even with its bugs, it's still a game I enjoy playing. I think it has aged very well. It looks and sounds great, but it seems to have captured that X-Factor element in gaming that stands the test of time, and it is still a great game 30 years later. And it always reminds me of the day me and my mate bunked off from the college day. Good times, eh? God, I miss those. Anyway, that was my look back at Ninja Baseball Batman from the arcades. If you like this video, then please do give me a sub and a thumbs up, or maybe even a comment or two below about your memories of Ninja Baseball Batman. And that's all from me, folks. Thanks for watching.